Hey folks, just wanted to post this video real quick to show some minor variances in how different people load their bolt action rifles. These are very minor variances, but just wanted to show that, just to show people some different differences in techniques that I've seen and that I've done myself in the past. Now here's my Mauser. First technique is what I showed in my previous video. Bullet end going in first, just like so, right into the internal magazine. Some people like to go primer first. I've seen that where people come in primer first, just like so, and they load that way. That's one minor variance on the technique. Some people come straight in. They don't worry about nose first or primer first. They just come straight in, which is perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. Some people, I like to load one round at a time in my hand. I like to take my hand and grab one round and put it in the magazine. That's just my preference. Some people will just grab a bunch of rounds in their hand like so, and then they'll just load. They've got enough dexterity that they can just load up their magazine without much of a problem, no matter where their rounds are facing. And that's not a big deal to me. I mean, if it works for you, go ahead and do it. Some people will have their rounds set up on however they carry their extra rounds to where they're facing in one direction, which to me is a little bit more convenient if you're loading multiple rounds at once, because then they're facing in one direction and you can just load them just like so. I've seen some people load in twos, which they'll grab two off of their sleeve, whether it's on their rifle or on their belt or in their pocket. They'll grab two, and since 2 rounds are easy to control, that's a quick way to get 2 rounds into your gun. And then you can always come back and grab 2 more. As you can see, pretty easy way to load your gun, provided you don't, there you go, jam up the magazine like I just did. Which, as a note, you see this right here, this is kind of a side note. You kind of saw what I just did there. You saw the bullets had a little bit of a hiccup. If you don't push back on the round, like so, what's going to happen is it's going to hang up on this front portion right here on this feed ramp. And what it'll do is it'll cause the front of the bullet to come up, the rear of the bullet won't come up and engage with the bolt when you go to chamber around, and that can cause some issues. So just wanted to show that as a side note. But anyway, there's a few different variances on loading a bolt action rifle. You can't get too fancy with it. I'm not real familiar with lefties as far as how lefties might load. They may have some different techniques, so feel free to share that. Some people use their right hand, left hand, whether it's their strong hand, support hand to load. I've seen it done many different ways. For example, instead of loading with the hand that normally would work your trigger if you're right-handed, some people would just work the bolt back, then hold the gun like so, and then feed with their left hand. And there's nothing wrong with that. The key is if you can be consistent with it. So again, just a few different variances. Pretty informal video. If you have anything that differs from this, feel free to share it. And there isn't a uber tactical correct way to do this sort of thing. The key is be smooth, kind of make it a standardized system that works for you, so that way you can use it from bolt gun to bolt gun to bolt gun without changing it too much, and then practice it. So alright, thanks a lot for watching. Feel free to leave comments or voice video responses. Take care.